Okay, so I want to talk about these three paths to peace. I called them three paths to healing in the last video. And when I finished the video, I was like, wait a minute, these are the three paths to peace. Because peace is what actually creates our healing. So to me, like I was saying in the last video, a lot of times, we trace the trauma and we go back there. And like I said, nothing wrong with that. I did that for almost 19 years. But what I'm recognizing is, wait a minute, what if we actually felt the opposite of what programmed us? What would that do? Well, you know what it would do is it would actually prove to those belief systems that they are not true. And the more you prove something untrue, the less of a hold it has on you. And this is so powerful. This is so magical. And so that's what we're here to do is to prove to you that you are safe. It's to prove to you that you are enough, you are lovable, you are wonderful. It's to prove to you that there is a divine that is orchestrating life for you, not just for you, but for the 8 billion other people on the planet, including the planet itself. There's a divine purpose in everything. You are being led, you are being guided, you are being protected, you are being provided for. I don't know if I said that. And when we really, really believe that, then the stories that are not true, like I said, that are all based in what we're afraid of, they're like, that's interesting because she's not believing me anymore. And it's like nerves that fire together wire together. So if you keep thinking the same thought over and over, it becomes a neural pathway. It's like walking through a field. When you walk through that field once or twice, it's kind of like, meh, I don't know if I can see that path anymore. But if you walk that path multiple times a day for 50 some years, that path is well laid. You don't try to use another path because you know where this one goes. It is safe, it is comfortable, it's just easy. And that is how our subconscious mind works. We're just autopiloted onto this path which leads us to suffering because we're believing things that are not true. We're believing that we have something to be afraid of. We are worried, like we're spinning our fucking wheels. We're resenting and regretting, like I said before. We're worrying or wishing we're not here. So when we stop using that path, it's going to grow in at some point. So it's like we're now creating a new path, and that new path says you are good enough, you are safe, I am providing everything for you, I'm protecting you. And that's what our job is every day, is to become aware of the thoughts and to feel our feelings. So to notice the thoughts and feel the feelings. Your feelings are going to bring up pain. Yes, of course they are. But there's always going to be peace on the other side of the pain if you sit and feel it. There's always going to be peace on the other side of the chaos if you sift through it long enough. And that is what we're here to do. So the things that I've been using through these years and not seeing that they were in this beautiful little package like I saw this morning, I didn't realize that I was creating these pathways to peace. I just needed peace, through my cancer journeys, when my mom died, through my divorce, like everything in my life was so fucking hard. My life fell apart so many fucking times. And every time I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Like, you don't have a choice. You got to get through it. And luckily for me, I'm just a real fucking stubborn person and I refuse to give up and I refuse to not feel peace and joy every day. I, like, that was always my number one. It's like, whatever was happening in my life, I still wanted to find peace and joy, because why the fuck not? Why should I be robbed of that? Yes, I have cancer. Yes, my mom died. Yes, all the. Ooh, just got an emergency alert to test. Scared the shit out of me. Anyway, yeah, those things happened and they seemed very unfair. And yes, I did get upset about them, but I expressed it out and I always made the commitment that I am going to find some peace and joy through this, because it's not going to fucking steal my life away. So now I get to share that with you. And what I've discovered is, you know, there's one part of this, and that is to have a daily practice. I spend at least an hour every day connecting to my heart. You don't have to, but the longer you spend, the more peace you're going to feel, the more joy you're going to feel. So to me, the daily practice is to stop, hold your heart, breathe into this moment, feel anything that's showing up, start to move into a space where you are here in the space between your thoughts, where love lives and truth speaks. That's to me where the divine exists. When you're in that space, you have to remember that you can't think and be engaged in your senses at the same time. So when you engage in your senses, when you're feeling, when you're smelling, when you're tasting, when you're listening, you're here. So when you get here, really imagine the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, however that shows up to you, and feel them holding you. Listen to them encouraging you. Feel accepted, feel loved. And there's a beautiful part of this also that I actually started to do. This was a few years ago when I realized I had PTSD. And I did this every day for 20 days and I healed my PTSD, and I didn't even know that was fucking possible. I've been told by many people it's not possible. And I'm like, seriously, you're going to put that limit on people? No, thank you. Because I have done it myself. I don't care what anybody else says. It can be done. Anything can be done. When we know that we are powerful, when we believe in the divine, fucking miracles happen. I mean, read the Bible if you want to know about miracles. So, anyway, I imagine my brain being held by the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. And I say, please, what do I say? I just imagine being held, my brain being held, and I just feel peace in my mind. And then I imagine them feeling my heart, and I feel joy in my heart. And then I imagine them holding my body, and I see love and light moving through every single cell. And that love and light moves through every part of my life. And then I imagine truth, the divine, being my guide. So that is a daily practice. And then I sit for an hour with my hand on my heart, feeling whatever it is and noticing the thoughts and finding the space of silence. So these are the things that we're going to practice doing together. The next part of this is other things that you do throughout the day. It doesn't have to be in order, but like I've talked about, being humble, which is being here in the moment and just asking for help. Being happy, which means sitting in gratitude. Being you authentically means expressing yourself like truthfully, openly, and honestly. Being held, which to me is trusting in the divine that everything's unfolding for us. And believing, which is having faith and doing what we're instinctively told by the divine. So that's another part of things that we do every day. And then the next part is how we face life. And this is what I've been talking about, these Chinese elements, how I've seen them on this wheel, facing the fear, facing the anger, facing the sadness, the worry, and the control. And I'm going to keep making videos about this, but this is how we face our life. This is how we face challenges. This is how we move beyond the lack and the limit and the fears and the worry and the sadness and the things that are keeping us caged. So I'm really excited about this because we're going to do stuff from this every